Oh my god, it is the draft! It's the draft! It's season 8 of the draft! It is I, your former champion, El Zubador, Joe, joined as I am ever, joined ever by the Sheriff Director of Entertainment, one Mario.
Pew pew! Mario.
And the other half of the Commish sandwich that we got going on is Manny.
I'm offended that I came second.
I'm sorry, but in these circumstances, the Sheriff Director of Entertainment outranks you, Manny. He outranks both of us.
Damn it.
You gotta get me a Sheriff badge. I don't need no Pokemon badge.
Speaking of, very thematic as the lovely splash screen that we have here for Season 8 of the Pokemon Fun League. Nice. Somewhere in I took stock photography from somewhere, because Lord knows where this is in America, somewhere in the West, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Looks like the Grand Canyon, maybe?
I don't know, but I made it look like a postcard. I made it look like a postcard you get from your friends, because here we are, the Pokemon Fun League. We are your friends in this circumstance, bringing you round 1 of the Season 8 draft. Now, things are a little different this season. Manny and I had a video earlier in the week to kind of let you know that, but just in general,
I didn't.
that you weren't there for. Clearly, it wasn't an entertaining video, because why we wouldn't have the...
I didn't need to be there.
Exactly. It was an informative video. This is supposed to be entertaining. So,
yeah.
In essence, Mario, it's different for you and I, because this is, you sat out 2 weeks of a season before coming in. But this is the first season that we are seeing from the outside.
Well, I'm very excited for it.
I am too.
The perks.
Exactly. We got some new faces and things like that. I don't have to battle. That's the best part, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Manny, you have the 4th pick in the draft here. I mean, I know your pick because I know all the picks, but either way, how excited are you for your pick that we will be at in 4 picks' time?
I am so excited, Joe. This is, as you know, guys, all right? This is the most important week in Season 8 so far, okay? So everyone needs to get on their A game, all right? And you need to draft a good team. No garbage picks this year, okay? If I see any garbage picks, I'm vetoing it. You got to pick again.
You might be mad at what we've got so far. Well, let's go ahead and
probably.
let's go ahead and move over here. First round pick Swampert, the very famous one from last season. We've got 16 people picking here. 16 lovely competitors that we have a pick for, and I probably should have got more sounders or something like that, something to make this a little beefier, to give it a little more pomp and circumstance. First pick off the board, Mario, since you haven't seen them, who are you expecting? Who are the heavy hitters that you might think would be off the board?
Mitch getting Chansey. We all know how much he fucking loves that shit.
Mitch do love him some Chansey.
If I really had to guess, probably like Lando, T.
For certain round oneers?
Orlando, yeah.
There are 5 Pokemon that should always go in round 1 in every draft. Okay?
Yeah.
They are, not in any particular order, I don't have them ranked, but they are Tapu Fini, Mega Venusaur, Kyurem Black, Mega Scizor, and then like a tie for 5 between like Lando T and oh gosh, there's one more.
Magirna?
He must not. And then
Yeah,
Lando
yeah.
T. Then Lando T's 5 then.
All right.
He's good.
Fair enough. So, all right, then I guess I'm going to ask you guys, you want to just give a little pat on the knees to give me a drum roll here since I don't have a drum roll sound? Oh my god, there are fireworks going off. The first pick by our good pal Garrison. It's Mega Venusaur.
Oh, what a pick. This is possibly the best first-round pick in the history of first-round picks, Joe. Mega Venusaur is a great cornerstone to any team, okay?
Yeah.
You can go any way you want to. You can go bulky offense, balance offense. You could just use him as a fat boy. Like,
straight tank.
Mega Venusaur fits on every single team. Slam dunk #1 pick. Love it.
Now, there is a little bit of a problem here because now we know Rob. We know that he does the artwork of the teams here. Praise the Soul Rock is a name that Garrison gave me yesterday after giving me the name Sacred Sableye, which he was just like, can I change my name? Can I have my name changed? And I already got the icons from Rob, so we don't have an icon at this time, so I used a lovely picture that I stole from the Simpsons wiki.
Nice.
I like it. And that might just have to be the rest. You might have to keep that for the rest of the.
That's what you get for giving me a name 1 second after I give you the icon that's already been made. Damn it.
Yeah. Tell him. We tell him.
Yeah. Yeah.
We told.
Let's go ahead here. Just pop. There's Mega Venusaur. He is the #1 pick. So right in with your one of the Pokemon that should have been taken immediately. Will that follow suit to our second pick here, which our second...
Yeah, my legs hurt, so no more drum rolls.
Well, no, that's fine. Let me just... Whoop. Oop, and this. Oh, I got rid of selection by mistake. There we go. All right, so here we are. First off, we have #2 it is Thomas, with his team name, Worse Than Rob. Decided by consensus, because he came in last. We got to choose names here. Worse Than Rob. And, of course, the lovely icon that Rob gave is this wonderful pedestal of shit. It is quite a time, let me tell you. We'll wait for that to load on your guys' end. There it is. Okay.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it. Rob has really outdone.
And the #2 pick is Clefable.
Oh boy. Okay.
Thomas going a little out of the box for the first pick there. You want a good fairy on your team here. It's like you say, for a cornerstone of a team, as good as Mega Venusaur is, any fairy is pretty much, you need one, basically. And Clefable is... We haven't seen it do much since Rob had it in Season 1, I believe. Yeah.
Way back when.
Oh! What the fuck was that?
Don't worry about
it. Yeah, it's... What a wonderful...
It can be a bit of a monster. Good tank.
All right. Here's my question: Do you go unaware, or do you go Magic Guard when you go Clefable?
Depends on what job he's filling up on the team.
Right, fair enough. It can do more than one thing, which is also always very good.
So you're going Magic Guard. If you're going full offense, I mean. That's a tough one. If you know the opponent is going to have some kind of set-up monster, then you'd bring Unaware just to shut him down.
True. Pokemon got to be versatile. That's the other thing. And as one of the highest priced fairies out there, Clefable, staunch in Tier 1, not in the main highest tier that you might think. Thomas is going to put a lot of faith in using, much like Manny last season, putting a lot of faith into Latias. At pick #2, after it moved down here, Thomas probably has some big plans for Clefable.
Solid defensive set, like you said. Fairies, you got to get yours while going's good.
No, exactly.
So, I don't know if it's the #2 pick in the draft, but okay.
Yeah, pre-Alola, there was no other fairy.
If you don't want to break the bank on fairies, Clefable's a nice kind of semi-affordable one.
It's in the second highest price tier.
Yeah, but in comparison, though, to what it does, though, like, it's definitely, I feel like 160 is definitely more affordable than 200.
Fair enough. We've got our third pick here, Mike, Mortal Crobat. A name that I suggested, by the way. This is my name that I gave to Mike. Just want everybody to know that right there, because he didn't have an idea what kind of name that he wanted to have.
Typical Mike.
Also among those, I believe, were the Burmy Bunch and Rampardo Sekis.
Oh, that was a good one.
So, Mike here at the number 3 pick, he is choosing the powerhouse, the monster, Kyurem Black.
Yes, my boy. Oh man, I'm so excited.
Once again, we haven't seen KB do anything since season 1.
So, I'm just so excited about KB returning to glory. They're not being drafted last season. I can't believe it. This mon should be drafted in 100% of leagues all the time. You could just lead KB with just ICMZ and just go up. Okay.
Yeah. Now it's 6 on 5.
So it is wonderful. It's a wonderful nuke. It's a great wall breaker. I hope Mike doesn't try to force it into the sweeper role and just treats it for what it is. It's a major wall breaker.
Yeah, you got to use it to get around. Not even get around threats. Get through threats. You're not going around anything with KB. You're going through it.
Oh, yeah. No, there's no wall that
Shattering.
KB cannot shatter. Ice stab, dragon stab, perfect combination. Fantastic pick by Mike, surprisingly.
I know that you were very keen on, in your early draft plans that you told me just as Season 7 was ending, KB was top of the pops for you pretty much.
I think he said that after every season.
Yeah. I just, I love KB. If I was one pick higher, maybe I would have picked him.
Manny, I'm holding you to this right now. Right here and now. If Mike does absolutely terrible this season and sucks shit with KB or turns it in early, you have to pick it if it's still available when it gets to you in the draft next season.
For sure, 100%. Lock it in. I'll say it on stream so everyone says can hear me. My number 1 draft pick next season is Kyurem Black. Put it on the board.
I don't believe you.
Put it on the board, dude. I'll sign blood right now.
All right. Well, like you said, it is on stream, so there we go. That's in blood, as you say. Next up, we have your pick here, actually. Kakuna Rattata, No Worries, is the team name that you went with here. Rob put in a lovely... I don't know what's going on with the color scheme there, but...
I don't know either.
Yeah, just Rob things.
Hashtag just Rob things.
Yeah. I just want to shout out to say, haha, Kyle, I got there first. In case the league doesn't know, I turned in my name, and then what was it, like a day later?
3 or 4 days later, Kyle was one of the last people to put in his team name, and his first attempt was, "Hey, I want to be Kakuna Rattata. It means no worries." And I'm like, bruh, dude, that's already Manny's name. That's already Manny's name.
Seat's taken.
Bam. That's what happens when you play stall teams all the time. You're slow.
Well, Manny, if you want to introduce your pick yourself here,
I will.
Oh, all right. Please go ahead, and I'll
just want to preface this again for anyone who didn't watch the preseason post. Me and Joe, we get together, and we have a list of criteria that states when Pokemon get moved down, and then we also have a team exercise that we do that we just throw random shit out, and then we say yes or no, and then
just say it, Manny, without all the caveats. What is it? What is it?
It's Keldeo.
Oh, it's Keldeo. All right. Well, Keldeo is a mon that has had almost no play in the entirety of the league here. I am the only person who took Keldeo, and the season that I took Keldeo, I was in the championship. So make of that what you will.
Then you missed with Hydropump.
It's a... I love
yes. Keldeo is also the reason that I didn't win the Season 3 championship.
There it is. But, I mean, I love Keldeo. He has an excellent type. He has a great speed tier. He's bulky enough. I've used him a lot on the ladder this year. And And then I went and I asked your recommendation, and you gave Keldeo a fantastic recommendation. So I feel
good.
I feel like I'm pretty used to Keldeo and some of his various sets. So I'm very, very excited to have Keldeo on the squad.
Here's a question for you: is there any difference between his two forms? Because I literally don't know.
No, it's all cosmetic.
No, it's cosmetic. Yeah.
Weird.
That is weird. How was the other form even made available? Was it just probably an event thing, an old defunct Toys R Us fun time? GameStop?
Yep. Yeah. To promote his Three Musketeer movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's supposed to be D'Artagnan, isn't he?
Yes.
I don't know anything about the Three Musketeers. I only know that D'Artagnan is one of them. He's not one of them. Excuse me.
Leonardo DiCaprio is amazing in that movie.
Is it Three Musketeers movie? Mara, you told me, was this the Three Musketeers movie that you were raving about is really good, or was it a Three Musketeers movie that was absolute shit that you were telling me about?
Oh, I'll talk about both of them at the same time. Man, the IRS is a phenomenal bad movie. Okay. It's like a good movie, but...
Enough with the movie talk. It's draft taken. Okay?
Whatever.
Gage...
We'll talk more about this later.
Gage has a great and very relevant team name.
Super Shell Smash Brothers. I almost tripped over my own goddamn words. The old SSSB. Super Shell Smash Brothers with a lovely icon.
With an amazing logo.
And an amazing pick. It is one of Manny's top 5. It is one of the ones that needs to come off the board. It is the Juggernaut, as well, the powerhouse, Mega Scizor.
Yeah, there it is. My God, my top 5 is flying off the board right now, man.
Mega Scizor is... did he go number 1 last season? I believe he did. Yeah. Mike got him, yeah. So Mega Scizor should go within the top 5 because it is a monster, and apologies to Dan, who... This was the last pick I got of round 1, was Gage's, and Dan, up until like 2 days ago, had Scizor as his number 1 pick, and he is 11, I believe. So even the fact that it even slipped to 11 is surprising, but yeah, here comes Gage grabbing the big man, the big scary bug man.
I mean, he's just like, he belongs in the top 5 because he is Mr. Consistent. You know, like he's a mon that's kind of like Entei. You know, it's like you know what he's going to bring to the table, you know what he's going to do, and it's just a mon that kind of just looks you in the face and goes, but stop me.
Yeah.
And then you go,
it forces your opponent to do certain sets that they normally wouldn't do just to get around it. Like putting more HP player onto things. Like, you know, Mega Scizor is going to be one of the biggest threats that they have.
You know, you have to put no speed investment into it at all because Bullet Punch is primary stab. Yeah. So you can like buff up its HP, its defense. You can run bulky adamant sets, things like that.
It's disgusting.
Solid pick. Great top 5 so far. Oh my gosh, I'm 3 of 5. That's pretty good on my end.
That's pretty good. Who were the ones that were missing? Lando T and Feeney?
T.
All right, well, we'll see what happens moving forward here. Let's go ahead and move these off. And next up, we've got Tristan, as Beware Bears is his team name here. Tristan's going a little out of left field, I'll say. I'm going to filibuster while it loads this for you guys. There we go, the Beware Bears.
Oh, Bobby! Love it.
I'm finding out... Is Tristan doing a thing where he's using the same Pokemon that Kyle was using the previous season? No, he's doing something. What was he? He was Get Out of My Swampert, because last season Kyle was Beware the Unaware, and here his brother is as Beware Bears. So,
yeah.
Maybe there's something going on there. But anyway, Tristan, pick a bit out of left field. Manny, it's very close to something in your top 5. And I'm not talking about Tapu Koko. I'm talking about the big man, the powerhouse, Lando I.
Oh my gosh, Lando I. Me and you, like when you told me, I was like, he knows what we did to Lando I, right? and we had to like go back and double check with him. Be like, you sure it's I and not T that you want? And he was like, nope, I. So I miss you, buddy. I'm very curious to see what he can do without Sheer Force.
Yeah,
last one to use Sheer Force, Lando I.
Yeah, Lando I.
New price. It's a new price. It's 120 now.
That's fair.
It is. So, you only get Sand Force, but that 10 speed, 101 speed makes a big difference compared to his big brother boy, Lando T.
Yeah, I mean, he's more like he could be more in the sweeper role, the more offensive role. He can also do a lot of utility things too.
More balanced, stats-wise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's an interesting pick. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. It's an interesting round 1 pick, but Tristan has made it to the playoffs with Swampert, so
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, we'll see what he does. And of course, Lando I having the most powerful presence in a picture that I've ever seen in a Pokemon. I had to make him bigger than the frame because it commands that much power.
I know. He's the big boy right there.
All right, let's get this out of here. Next up, this is... Are we on 7 already? Oh my god, we're blowing through these here. We got... returning to the league after 2 seasons, 1 season? I don't remember how long Dave took off. Dave is back, by the way, friend of James, part of the Washington crew.
Friend of James.
Get rich or Cy Tryon.
Love it.
I love it.
Love it.
I love it. This is perfect.
Oh no, I wrote Rick instead of Rich. Wait a minute,
that's taken for the rest of the season.
Oh, wait a minute. No, let's go ahead and edit that immediately.
Oh,
There we go. All right, wonderful. Yep, my B. I guess H and K are kind of close on the keyboard. Whatever. Dave's pick in round 1. I gotta say, condolences to Mitch. It's Chansey.
Oh, big bulky boy with no offensive presence. Who's over here, Dave?
I gotta say, Chansey has been a terror in the league for at least the last 2 seasons when somebody finally realized, hey, wait a minute, if I build a good defensive team around this thing, it's going to make it impossible for people to beat me.
Yeah, I mean, Chansey's one of those picks where, like, oh gosh, how do I say this? Chansey's like, you're trying not to lose the game more than you're trying to actively win it.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Chansey's one of those that are preventing you from losing.
It just so happens.
And but it doesn't. And in that case, it helps you win a little bit. But Chansey doesn't actively try to win you a game.
No, it just makes so you don't lose.
Yeah, Chansey alone cannot do the work, but with enough players around it, it will. It can get you where you need to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good start to a solid core because Chansey only has like 1 weakness, so it's like you just pair that up with a good old fashioned flying type or something like that,
Yeah,
and then
poison
wham,
type.
something that resists fighting, and then wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
He's gross.
2-man defensive
I've been
core.
using him on ladder a lot lately.
2-man defensive core. That's true. That's all you need, really. Anything with recovery, all he needs is a good physical defender, and that becomes very tough to solve.
Yeah.
So tough.
Moving on.
Newcomer.
Drac coming in. We saw him through Monotype Madness throughout. Got to the finals of Monotype Madness. Almost got versus himself in the finals of Monotype Madness. If not for Mario saving the Dragon team, and then the Dragon team winning it all. Drac going with Poke is stored in the balls, which is a lovely little picture that Rob gave us as well here.
Poke is stored in the balls. Oh my gosh. This guy is as good as making up team names as he is at actually battling. This is a fantastic team name. Poke is stored in the balls. That gave me a quality chuckle, dude. And not like a belly laugh, but like a quality chuckle.
And quite frankly, from the Joe school of picks, I think that he knocks it out of the park with the first pick here. He is going with the perennial playoff favorite, since I had him at least, Mega Gallade.
Oh my goodness.
Shit!
Mega Gallade. I think Mega Gallade might be the most common Pokemon on all of the playoff teams across our entire existence. If I had to take a guess. Mega Gallade has been a part of multiple championship teams, multiple deep runs into playoffs. I'm so glad we moved this bitch up. He's so fast, so strong, great coverage, slam dunk of a pick.
Set up, sustain with Drain Punch.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't have to rock the close combats if you don't want to. Drain Punch is equally as scary. You got your Swords Dances in there. You can even run a set with Hypnosis on it if you're me.
I don't want to talk about it.
But seriously, though, yeah, Mega Gallade, coverage monster, is the first thing that I think of when I look at him. Basically, whatever Pokemon you have against him, you have to assume that he's got something that will rock your world.
Oh, yes. And he's going to rock your world. It's just you have to slow him down.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Let me say that again. 165 base attack.
That ain't a small number, all things considered.
Boy.
And 115 speed, which is also nightmarish.
Yeah. Just fast enough to be annoying.
And now here we go in the second half of the draft here. Kyle going with Typhlosion's Explosion. Rob giving us a logo that looks like a normal sports logo, basically.
There it is.
That's good.
Oh, and Murphy made it in the chat. Hello, Murphy.
Hey, Murph.
I'm sorry that you didn't get Mega Gallade, but well, I don't want to spoil it. Typhlosion has the whites of the eyes here, too. What animal is Typhlosion? Have we had this conversation before?
I feel like we have, and I feel like it's a ferret.
Same generation as Ferret, long lost brothers.
I don't know. It's a weird animal.
Kyle better go mascot on this.
Well, for his first round pick, he went with Tapu Koko.
Oh, there it is.
Now, Manny, you and I have had a little experience with Tapu Koko, and I know that we've had kind of similar experiences with Tapu Koko, but you had him most recently, if you don't mind sharing a little bit of your likes and dislikes.
I love Tapu Koko. Let me get that off the first. I love Tapu Koko. He's a very great mon to start a team with. He's a very great mon to team build around. He has surprisingly a deeper move pool than you would expect. He can run physical, special, all that good stuff. I felt very whelmed most of the time. It's kind of like Lopunny when I had Lopunny the other season. His calcs are just very average, and you wouldn't suspect them to be. He really relies on electric terrain a lot. I don't feel like an electric type should ever be worth 200 points.
That's, partial problem where I was a big fan of Koko when I had it too. I believe it was on my championship team, to where it's only there to be fast and hit Thunderbolts, though. That's where it works best. Wild Charges if you're feeling saucy, but then you lose any kind of damage you could take from Volt Switches. So, very good at keeping momentum on your side, I'd say. It's not gonna...
Yeah.
Right. He's not going to bust through the enemy team like a fucking knife. He's not KB. But with what Koko can do, I agree where it's a good mon to start a team with. Yeah,
I mean, and maybe I used him wrong. Maybe I tried to put him into a role that he didn't fit. But his calcs were just a little weird all season. But I trust Kyle to do some weird stuff, full special defense Gengar.
Did not expect Kyle to draft a sweeper first.
Yeah, exactly. and he's drafting something completely out of the norm. He drafts like a very fast, strong mon, not like fucking bulky dumbass Chansey. So,
well, to be fair, he didn't draft that first, I don't think. But either way,
make offense great again.
We've got here Rob's team name now, of course, decided by consensus, Worse Than Thomas. And the logo mirroring Thomas's before. I love the duality of the two names where you've got Rob is worse than Thomas, and Thomas is worse than Rob, so who truly is worse than the other?
Dude, it's a toss-up. Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they're gold or silver.
Damn. Well, Rob would really have to fuck up, I think. Thomas goes Clefable, that's kind of weird. Rob goes for a Pokemon that is pretty much guaranteed beyond solid pick, I'd say. It's a great pick. It's Magearna.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Rob with the slam dunk, dude. Magearna, that's the mon I was... Magearna was the 5B to Lando. It was Lando and Magearna tied for 5.
Yeah, I mean...
such a great mon to, again, like I said, start a team around. And that's what you want to do in round 1. You want to pick mons that you literally can't go wrong with. Okay. That can function on any team. And Magearna can function on any team with the amount of sets it can run, all sorts of crazy shit. Magearna is banned in most draft leagues.
I was going to mention that, yeah.
Yeah.
But Magearna's around. Rob's got it. Love the
especially pick. Like you do something like shift gear and then Z floor cannon. Nothing wants to deal with that.
Not a lot wants to take that, no.
When you're at +1 special attack, +2 speed, +1 attack technically, but who cares? Nothing wants to deal with that.
You get those Soul Heart boosts. It gets out of hand very fast.
It's bulky. Its typing is disgusting. I think it's got, what, 2 weaknesses?
Yep, fire and ground. 2 common weaknesses, but
still.
Right, that's where I'd say that Magearna... you slap an AV on that boy, and it's nigh impossible to kill with any special attacker as well.
Yeah. You don't even need to. Like, if Rob chooses to put that as his backup Z co-captain, that's fucked. You're fucked.
Yeah, believe me, that's Manny. When you had Magearna, and I believe it was your Z captain at the time, right?
It was.
I was very scared because of how many options you had. Where it could be, it could be running the Z move, it could be running the AV. It's a very. Scarf. It could be running the Scarf. It's a very tough mon to prepare for as well.
Yeah, it's slow enough working around Trick Room, but it's just fast enough where a Scarf can catch people off guard. Magearna, honestly, it just has just the sheer amount of game plan you have to do to Magearna is kind of unfair to do.
I was playing ladder the other day and I ran into a physical Magearna that was running
Ironhead.
Ironhead power up punch. No. Yeah, I think power up punch is something else. Just off a shift gear.
Oh my god!
It was a monster. It got 2 shift gears off on me. I couldn't get the kill, and it swept me.
That's what you want to end up with, is a Magearna like that. I think Rob, we know, has a tendency to run some funky sets, and Magearna is a Pokemon that can do it.
Great pick, slam dunk.
Let's talk about Dan real quick here, which I believe this is Rob's MVP image here of "You Shall Not Probopass."
A wizard did it.
I love that so much.
I like the little nose pass wand that he has.
Very weird seeing Probopass from this point of view, straight on.
Yeah, front ways.
File or off to the side a bit.
And now, as we said before, Dan had Mega Scizor for most of he thought he had Mega Scizor from most of the draft up until a few days ago. I think what he subbed it in with ain't a bad pick at all. It's Jirachi.
Oh, I'm excited.
Jirachi doesn't get a lot of playtime in our league for whatever reason. Jirachi was a mon that we talked about in the preseason about possibly moving down. But
nope.
I guess that this ruins that now.
Nope.
Thanks, Dan.
So that ruins my first round pick next year, Dan. For when Jirachi inevitably gets moved down, but I guess not. But Jirachi kind of in the same vein as Magearna. There's just so many sets with base 100 across the board. It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh, it's
and
awful.
With a great steel psychic typing, what the fuck? There's nothing you can do to Jirachi.
No.
Jirachis can run really dumb paraflinch sets.
It's Serene Grace nonsense.
Yeah, fast U-turner, pivots. It can set up rocks, be defensive. It has a plethora of coverage. Love Jirachi. Solid pick, man. Solid pick by the returning champion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably should have mentioned that. Dan is the champion, of course. So, pretty exciting starting things off with a Pokemon that, if I were battling him, I would hate, because it's bad enough when it's Togekiss, but now it's Jirachi doing it to you. What the fuck?
Bad RNG.
I swear to God, he gets Togekiss, dude, I'm pissed.
Oh my god, what a fucking... What a nightmare.
I will revolt.
Steel.
I'm going to put him on the commissioner's exempt list.
Is there a Serene Grace user?
No.
There should be.
A Serene Grace what user?
Dragon.
Mega Dunsparce. Mega Dragon type. Normal Dragon.
Oh my god.
And give it Serene Grace still.
The Drampa typing. Oh my god. Problem is, it's not faster than anything. It needs super wings. It needs to become Flygon, basically.
Alright, Mega Flygon, but give it Serene Grace.
Now we got James going with the local color, even though he's across the goddamn nation at this point.
Yes, why not wings and yings? I love it.
The why not, for those of you who may not know, which would probably be most everyone in America, is a local eatery and bar, and they got a lovely combo with wing bites and clams that I am completely in love with.
Which
So
is
it's dirt
fantastic.
cheap.
And fantastic.
It's like what, $13?
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's a good kind of Friday night kind of thing, which I was all in favor of doing tonight, but I'm sick.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And Yings is short for Yingling, in case anyone was curious.
Yes.
And wings or for chicken wings, in case
There
anyone's
it
wondering.
is. All right. Get to the pick, Cotton.
So James is going. I mean, James always goes a little out of left field.
Yeah, but he's earned it though.
Yes, he has the pedigree to back it up. And so when I look at this pick, if it were anybody else, if it were Tristan last season drafting Swampert along with his team name, I'd be like, what? James's first round pick is Incineroar.
Ooh.
Now, Tier 3 Incineroar with the Intimidate sets now, the big Intim-Roar, as you like to call him.
Oh, I love Intim. Dude, I have nothing but good things to say to James.
And now, is it worth a first round pick, do you? Well, I mean, it's James, so in his mind, I'm sure it is.
Okay, number one, I don't think it's a first round pick. But, however, just as a mon and as a pickup, I love Intim-Roar. Okay?
He avoids the veto.
He, like, with Intimidate to lower the physical side, slap that baby with an Assault Vest.
Oh,
Nothing touches Incineroar. He has a great typing with Fire and Dark. Darkest Lariat has a ridiculous ability where he avoids stat changes. Like, just the and U-turn, the utility of Incineroar, like last
Cannot be
season,
understated.
yeah, Fake Out was just, he was the cornerstone of so many of my builds. I love the versatility he brought.
shot speed.
For very good reason as well. So I agree where it's probably not a first round pick, but it's definitely something that people are going to have to watch out for, because I know that no, did we play Manny? No, we didn't. I think it might have been I was trying to help Mike beat you. Well, he did beat you, so I don't know. Maybe it's just I watched all your matches and I was like, Incineroar is a fucking monster. What the hell?
Yeah, I loved him. I loved him. Totally worth his price point. Solid pick. I don't know first round, but definitely a good pickup.
Speaking of good pickups here, we got M1, Salazzle Dazzle, in the second half of the draft here. Number 13. Who are we picking at number 13? But we're seeing an interesting defensive pick here in the first round. It is, I shouldn't say interesting, it's a defensive staple.
Pick.
It's Ferrothorn.
Okay.
Oh boy. Fun.
Damn.
Goodness.
Also underutilized in the league.
Yeah. Those mons with 4 times weaknesses in draft format, you really have to be super careful. You have to do what Kyle did. Was it last season or 2 seasons? I don't remember. But he just drafted like 6 mons with 4 times weaknesses to be like, well, which one are you going to bring? And that's basically what you have to do if you draft a mon with 4 times weakness. Fire is not super common, but I mean,
It's pretty
fire
common.
coverage
It's
isn't super
enough.
common, but it's common enough. But Ferrothorn could definitely be a problem if you're not prepared. I wonder if we see the early beginnings of a rain team, an offensive kind of rain team. Ferrothorn really helps. Rain really does help Ferrothorn. So
That's true.
That's my first thing there. But I mean, then again, like Ferrothorn also kind of works in the same vein as a lot of these other mons that like Ferrothorn can function as just a defensive mon on pretty much any team. You can run physical, special, like defensiveness.
Yeah.
Run really dumb things with like Leech Seed, Gyro Balls, slow as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, so
Toxic Stall.
Yeah.
Rocky Helmet, Iron Barbs.
I was going to say, Rocky Helmet, Iron Barbs with just setting up spikes, setting up Stealth Rocks. It gets both, so that's also, there you go. You already have a mon that can spread hazards around. And with only 2 weaknesses, one of which the 4 times weakness, the other fighting, which, all he needs is a good ghost type or something to cover that, something that'll easy switch into, and Ferrothorn's becomes a thorn in the side, if you will.
Chandelure gets Flash Fire, right?
Chandelure does get Flash Fire. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute.
And they're, like, kind of similar looking, too.
Yeah, I mean, they're both Gen 5, too, so they're both round.
He's got 3 prongs going up. Chandelure's got the candles going up.
Oh, yeah. They're 2 sides of the same coin, perhaps.
Yeah, they're both a little bulbous.
Probably not.
They're little bulbs. Thanks.
I love it.
Yes, now we have another newcomer, Jack, coming into the league this season. Friend of Garrison, brought in through. Very nice guy who I've spoken with. He's been very helpful in kind of letting the draft process go along, like asking questions as well. You got to know what you're doing, and this guy wants to know what he needs to do. Roscoe's wetsuit, which I did not have the heart to ask him what that was a reference to, so I did go search it, and all I knew that it had something to do with old Childish Gambino here. I have no idea.
Oh, baby, the young Childish Gambino.
Anybody clue me in? Anybody anything?
I'm going to be honest with you, Joe. I have no idea.
You both reacted in a way that made it sound like you did. Never mind.
So you're supposed to just roll with it and just move the segment on instead of exposing us for the hacks we are.
For the hack frauds.
Anyway, he chose Lando T.
Hey! Good pick.
Great pick.
Good pick.
First year in the league, solid pick to start. He's got to be careful, though, because, HP Ice, real big staple. You got to be careful of those errant HP Ices flying at you. You can't be too predictable with Lando. I thought Garrison did a great job a couple seasons ago, moving Lando around and using him to his absolute epitome.
Another potential really good wall breaker.
Yeah. Wall breaker, rocker, like defensive, offensive,
great
scarfer, explosion.
Oh, God.
So many good sets.
Scarf explosion is so fun.
If he's not if he doesn't Swords Dance D-Fly one time, I'll be upset.
Yeah. Access to Swords Dance, not slow enough where it's pathetic.
Especially now that we get 2 Z captains.
Yeah.
He better be one.
And he gets knockoff.
This is the first season both Landos have been drafted ever.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to jump on the Lando I train. Wouldn't even have thought to draft Lando team. Like, why would you do that?
Man, this is too Lando, too furious right now.
Yeah.
Now, Lando might...
It's Earth Badge season.
Oh, hey, how about that? I think Lando might actually have his own kind of streak going where Sneaky had him last season, and I believe Garrison's first season was season 5, and that was he had him his first season, so Jack continuing the train here, I believe in all... the 2 previous occasions as well, both of Garrison and Sneaky made it to the playoffs. So Jack could be punching his ticket right here with this pick.
True.
Great pick.
Good job.
It's a great way to start off round 1, dude.
No, I agree. You want to get off on the right foot, and Lando is the way to do it because if I didn't end up exposing you guys, I was going to go with the same thing that I said for everyone else, which of course the Juggernaut, the powerhouse Lando T, because it's a title that he deserves.
It is. He earned that belt with his Yes, all of them got picked in the first round. All my top 5 got picked in the first round.
Except Feeney.
Except Feeney.
Oh, yeah, right. But
Feeney could be here. We don't know. Number 15, Murphy. Primarina, Count Me In, which he told me was a song title. I've never heard it. I'm not a cool young person anymore. I'm not Stu. Murphy going with the stalwart. What brought him to the dance last season, except for Mega Gallade? It's Togekiss!
Oh! Thank God Togekiss and Jirachi are on the same team. I'm happy.
They're one trade away.
This is perfect.
That's my new Fairy Steel core. I'm doing it.
Great. I mean, Togekiss at the end of round 1. I think that's I think that's a pretty solid budget pick at the end of round 1. You want to, at the end of round 1, I think you want to try to zig when people are zagging here.
Yeah.
And I think by going into the lower tiers, not the lower tiers, but the mid tiers, so fast in late round 1, I feel like that opens up, it just gives you your team building a big versatility as you go through the draft. So definitely a good pick at the end of round 1.
No, I agree completely, and this is one of those things as well where you do say that, you want to zag while people are zigging, but I think that so much of the early round 1 here included zagging that is Togekiss what you want to choose when people like Garchomp are still on the board,
Who knows? Who knows? I don't even know. Maybe Garchomp goes next. Who knows?
That's very true.
I really don't.
Well, Mario doesn't know.
Mario should know, because apparently he suggested this pick for Mitch.
Oh yeah, Mitch is last.
Mitch is last here with Trogdor I Choose You, was that a you thing, Mario? Because
No, I was so proud. Mitch came up with this all on his own.
That's amazing.
Wow. He's growing up right before our eyes.
I know, it's beautiful.
I love me some Homestar Runner. It may be the best thing in the world. After Gem and the Holograms, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe Super Sentai. But
moving on. Super Hentai,
I love me some Super Hentai. You fucking kidding me, dude? So Mitch here, Trogdor, I Choose You, the Mr. Irrelevant of round one. I was going to say the Mr. Irrelevant. Mitch isn't Mr. Irrelevant. He almost made the playoffs last season if he didn't cough up 2 very easy victories.
Boy,
idiot.
It's Volcanion.
No,
yeah.
Big boy, big fire boy,
big
water
boy,
big steam boy,
big steam,
big plays, big steam,
big plays and big steam. Volcanion is a Pokemon that I enjoyed enough to have twice in the league, and it's simply because Steam Eruption will myrtleize just about anything.
Just about anything.
Yeah, except for when it misses.
Well, that too. That's also a problem.
95.
It has missed. I believe in Season 4 I lost my match against James because Steam Eruption missed. So history.
Water moves.
History repeating itself.
Volcanion. It's a great way to kickstart Firewater Grass core.
Yes.
Firewater Grass is kind of limited by the grass type, so it's not the best core anymore, I don't think.
No.
But it's definitely, like offensively, like Volcanion, like I don't know how you game plan to stop Volcanion, like if he's offensive. And then God forbid he runs bulky. Like bulky AV sets, like Volcanion just tears through people. I think this is a great round one pick number 16, like it's late in the round, Volcanion's going to be there. He's not a top pick on anyone's board.
He's no priority.
But, he does a lot of good stuff. And with his coverage, his ridiculous coverage, Firewater is so fucking good. You just slap HP Ice on that so no dragons get in your face, and then bam.
Yeah.
You got yourself a monster.
Yeah, if you want power, you got it right there. Now, looking at the landscape of round one here,
cheap.
It's quite an interesting round one, I'd say. Probably the most interesting round one we've had in some time, because there are stalwarts who are just not present. Again, like I said, Garchomp, nowhere to be seen here.
First time we haven't seen
Latios, not here in the first round, even. Nobody going after the new boy in town, Zero Aura.
No. And there are only 3 Megas picked out of 16 people.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Megas are... That means that a lot of people... I think that the strategy of picking your Mega later on wasn't something that was picked up on immediately. People sort of realize... Same thing with, like, a lot of these picks, people realize, like, a good Tier S mon will be around later. Which is true, pretty much. So you grab the Pokemon that you need in some of the thinner tiers, like how 2 is rated almost every season. You want to grab something good out of 2, like a Togekiss, or like a Lando I guess, in this situation, and basically grab what you can while you can, and you can come back and worry about the other stuff that's guaranteed to be good later.
Yeah.
9 people picked an S tier mon. So that means 9 people are basically either going to break the budget to go double S, or that more than half the league is out of the running for any more tier 2 or tier S's. So the 8 of us that remain, or not 8, 7 of us that remain, we are looking good. We can now just avoid S altogether and start chopping away at those middle tiers.
Yeah, not many people go for the double S strategy. I believe I'm one of the only people to limited success, but the double S strat is, I think, using your points is something that comes with seasons in the league. Using them in more effective ways than the normal 1-1, 2-3, 2-2.
The league, like, Draft League is hard as fuck. I don't think that anyone has ever had a very successful season. I think, like, Sneaky had a really good one too, right? Like, Sneaky and Garrison had, like, pretty good ones. But, I mean, like, even the learning curve from when we started, like, just from then until now, like, all the stuff that you learn about points and about game planning and things like that, it's really, really hard to come in here, plan out a team to match points, plan out a team that doesn't get sniped, And then if you do get sniped, being able to find alternative, affordable alternatives to mods, you know? So, I like seeing for round 1 on paper, I was very whelmed, but seeing it with all the pictures on the screen, I really do like the end of round 1. The beginning, really the only questionable pick for me here would be James at 12 with Incineroar and Thomas at 2. Yeah, I just don't think at number 2 you pick Conflable.
Especially how there's only one.
I'm not saying Conflable is a bad round 1. Yeah, I'm just saying at number 2, like you have the pick of the litter. You know.
Yeah, there's only 2 other picks taken so far. And 3. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you end up in a situation where
go get it. Where if you want this guy, go get it.
Right. And you kind of... Now, I know that's... I believe it was 2 seasons ago when it came down to that I was the 3rd pick. Whatever my plan was went right out the window, and I was like, well, now I need to get Feeney because somebody else is going to get it if I don't.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, you know, like, don't force yourself into picks that you're not comfortable with. You know, like, if Thomas really wanted Conflable and he made a good strategy around Conflable, a strategy he's comfortable with, by all means, take Conflable. And the same thing with James. By all means, take Incineroar. Go get your guy.
And speaking of getting guys, we actually have... This is more than just round 1, gentlemen. We have about 3/4 of the pick of round 2 that we could do at this point.
Oh, motherfucker. Here we go. Can we take a 1-second break?
Yeah, can we take a mild intermission?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and play the old cool 2-minute song that I have here. I'm going to take a drink really quick, and when we come back, we will do round 2, and you get to listen to the cool song that you heard at the beginning again, because I don't have any other songs available at this at this juncture. 2 minutes! Alright, well, I am back here after our little siesta. I believe Manny and Mario are still doing their thing. Oh, fuck, no, I heard noises.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Nice. Okay, welcome back, Mario. How was your little smoking a pancake?
It was good.
You know, I watched Austin Powers and Goldmember on Netflix recently. They don't have 1 and 2 for some reason, but they've got Austin Powers and Goldmember.
All right, start.
We already started, Manny.
Oh, fuck.
We were back to talking about movies.
No movies.
Typical me
Round
and Joe
two.
answer.
All right.
Round two.
Pop your BLL there, right in the mic for the ASMR beer pop.
It's Land Shark.
Oh, wow, look at you. Drinking things that aren't Bud Light Lime.
Hey, Land Shark's good.
I have no idea what the fuck Land Shark is.
Okay, yeah, see? First up, you don't drink, so don't judge my taste in drinks. Okay? You've never tasted the lusciousness of a Bud Light Lime, okay?
I like the little ice swirling you got there. Very good. So, in the interim, I did get another pick from round 2, so we've got all but one, actually, but we're... The
one who you don't have yet.
Tristan is the one who I do not have currently.
Well, pass him.
Okay, what was the pick here?
Well, I'm not gonna... We're live right now, so I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but... but I put it on the sheet. Either way, are you ready to begin the picks that we have here for round 2 that I put together very slapdash?
Love it.
Starting off, we've got Kyle starting round 2 here, creating the OU Monster Core with Halucha.
Oh,
no.
my goodness.
Oh my good golly goodness. That is Halucha.
No.
Little, very, very shoddily put together. I like it. Fucking White Herb, Bounce, or not Bounce, Sky Drop, or whatever.
Electric Seed, Swords Dance, that's the play.
Yeah, that's the play. That is... that. I don't know if it terrorizes OU anymore, but...
It used to.
It used to? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You get electric terrain set up with Coco. Electric Seed boosts what? Defense by 1, I believe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
you Swords Dance, you live lots of hits, and then you just you beat things up with acrobatics.
Pretty much. And Halucha, no slouch. It's a very powerful mon even outside of that here. We saw Halucha do some work. I don't know if it was last season. It was a while. Halucha can be good, basically, is what it boils down to.
A lot, I think, is really good.
I believe Garrison did a lot with Halucha from what I remember.
Yeah, it's on Burden, too. Or not on Burden, Moldbreaker.
Oh,
Kind of Swords Dance a little bit, but...
Yeah.
Now...
Definitely a good core, though. Definitely a good offensive core. A complete 180 for Kyle. I like to see him doing new things.
We're seeing things turning around here. Steps are being taken to... We're seeing the formation of teams here. Now, with the next pick, Rob, starting out with Magirna, we're seeing something similar, I'd say, with the all-classic, the old RBY Big Ghost. It's Gengar.
Oh!
So,
okay.
Starting out his team, 2 big special attackers here. Gengar does have the, 105 speed, which is kind of better on paper. What?
115 speed.
No, I don't think it's 115, right? Or no, is it? How fast is he compared to... I thought
Gengar's
definitely over...
110. Gengar's 110.
Oh, 110. So we split the Ds. Whatever. Gengar's very good. Fast special attacker. He's already got Magirna here. Hopefully Rob does not run into a team with a Chansey or a Blissey on it, because Mags and Gengar are not going to have a good time.
No.
I mean...
Or a fast... Sorry. There.
But, like, Gengar is the ghost.
He is. Ghost with the most.
He is the most terrifying ghost. He's the OG ghost. He is a dead Caflable.
True, facts.
I subbed that theory, okay?
It's canon.
He's the Shadow.
Mind canon.
Yeah, he's definitely a powerhouse. Gengar is
Look at that face.
a pivotal mon that you have to really game plan for and against, you know?
He's definitely as good as he used to be.
He is Alec Baldwin in The Shadow.
Right. Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave.
Probably one of the best fairy killers there will ever be.
Now, next up here, we've got Dan. Mario, you are very familiar with this mon. It did wonders for you, and I think it's going to do the same for Dan. It's the big guy, Mamoswine.
Woo, Mamo!
Yes, Mamo to the top. I love Mamo. to the point where like Bandit Adamant Mammo was used so much that it literally became a meme amongst the Pokemon community. So, like, if you're not as plugged in to the daily doings, yes, Mammo was a meme at one point for how often it was being used. Mammo, it has great typing, wonderful typing, great bulk, wonderful ability in thick fat, and like Mammo can set up, focus sash, just ice jar with priority, fantastic
moveset.
knockoff. Freeze dry, the best freeze dry
Pocket
user
freeze dry
ever.
Not the best.
The best freeze dry user ever.
Not the best.
I got to do that one.
I got to still put my money on Cryogonal.
Cryogonal's garbage.
You're garbage. Fuck off. I love Cryogonal. Don't you do that to me.
Love the pick. Mammo's better. Get over it.
Mammo is better. Not better at freeze dry though.
Better at try.
Starting to see what we've got with Dan here. He's got Jirachi and he's got Mammo.
Mammo freeze dry again.
The pieces are falling into place. That's all that matters here.
Yeah.
Next up, we got James. All right, so Mario, since you don't know the picks here, following up Incineroar here, where do you think old James is going?
What was the question?
Where do you think old James is going now that Incineroar has been taken?
Dude, the possibilities are endless.
It's Starmie!
What?
The opposite.
That's
Incineroar.
amazing.
Water, psychic, fire, dark,
Physical
wonderful,
special.
wonderful.
Oh.
Starmie is a great offensive rapid spinner because, like, when you see Starmie, you want to switch to your counter immediately.
Yeah, gonna hurt.
So Starmie can almost always get a free rapid spin, has access to cover, sneaky recover,
surprisingly
natural
bulky.
cure. You could switch him into status move, get out, natural cure. Like if you don't want to run analytic, things like that.
Well, I mean, what's going to be faster than Starmie a lot of times?
I would say probably.
I do love me some Starmie. It is my favorite Pokemon, mostly because it's purple.
Skull.
And yes, he does have some red in there, but he's mostly Vikings colors. Well, I say he. Starmie is a genderless Pokemon. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
He has more bling than the Vikings will ever have.
Oh no! Oh, you made me sad, Manny. I'm wearing my Vikings pants and everything.
Yo, Vikings just make me sad. Like they're my factory of sadness.
And I'm right there with you,
brothers.
Next, we got M1, who following up the Lando pick. Oh, not the Lando pick. Excuse me, the Ferrothorn pick. He's going with Mega Mawile.
Ooh, Mono Steel Team incoming right now.
Doubling up the steel here. Mega Mawile is a Pokemon that, Manny, you were very, very scared to let in the league.
Yeah, Mega Mawile is an absolute terror. Yeah, I get the 50 speed.
But you got Sucker Punch. You can make up for it.
Right. Like, Mega Mawile it's bulky enough that it can tank a few hits. It gets one Swords Dance up, and then friggin' huge power Sucker Punch. Like that, it's like
you're done.
Yeah, you're done. Like you just have to be weakened below 70%.
And you're he comes in mid to late game.
Mawile's attack can get over 500. Like it's not like
it starts like over 500.
Like Mawile is a very, very good mon. That's like,
and you can't Toxic Stall because it's a Steel type.
You know, like you can't bring Trick Room things around it. Like it'll just murder. You know, it's a great Steel type, Fairy type. Like, oh my gosh, I love Mega Mawile.
It can start off with Intimidate. It can immediately come in, cripple, Mega, Swords Dance setup. What are you gonna do?
Man, it's I'd like to see that it does some work this season because I believe it was only used once, kind of ignored otherwise, and I want to see these Pokemon do good things. Make Mega Mawile great again. How about
Mega Mawile.
Next up, we've got Jack here, who is he's playing the hits at this point. Jack's second pick is going to make a lot of people angry, mostly because somebody's going to have to deal with this shit. I'm so glad I'm not battling. This is to compliment Lando T. He got Toxapex.
Oh my goodness.
So I just want to throw that out there. What are Lando's two weaknesses?
Ice and water, which of course
Toxapex completely covered.
Ice and water.
What are Toxapex weaknesses besides psychic?
Ground.
On an electric.
Ground. Oh yeah, ground. Oh no. Oh no. Now all he needs is just a good dark type, and he's all good. He's got everything.
These round 2 picks are very complimentary, and I freaking love it.
Well,
people are making teams, and it's starting in round 2. Like normally, you can't tell a team that's not weather. You know, like normally you can tell weather from a mile away, but like teams that aren't weather, kind of like in the past, I've kind of been wondering where people are going. But like this round 2 is like besides M1, I have a good idea about where I was going. It's fantastic.
Man, Toxapex is adorable.
I love it. This season is going to be the best season. This is the most important week in the season.
Because we get to see all the lovely picks here, which, Toxapex and Lando, I'm already, whoever ends up in that division, they got a fucking long climb ahead of them, let me tell you.
That's one part of my OU team right there.
Next up, we got Murphy. Murphy coming in here. He started out with Togekiss, and what is he going to use to complement that? It's only normal Scizor!
Oh, I like it.
Solid pick to complement your Togekiss.
I like that a lot, yeah.
I bet you that he goes Dragon round 3.
You gotta complete those cores. You gotta get them.
Core with a pretty little bow on it. That's a great core. I love regular Scizor.
Yeah, he's great.
The special defense is something a little bit to worry about. You gotta be wary of those random HP fires.
So that's why you switch into the old AV Togekiss.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, Togekiss is gonna be... I mean, just like defensively, like, it's bringing Scizor in, like, it can end up bad a lot of the times. So, but he has so much versatility with Technician and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, it's a great compliment to Togekiss.
I agree. It's starting out, like you said, round 3 could be a dragon. No dragons taken yet this round, I don't think. So, a lot of good dragons still on the board, too.
I love it.
Moving on, we've got someone else making a comfort pick here. Mitch. Mitch, what are you doing? It's a Lomomola.
Fucking Mitch. You're supposed to talk to me before you do this. I told him don't fucking do it. God damn it. I wanted him to get superior.
So...
As an offensive core.
That's terrifying.
So
you fucked up, Mitch!
So here we are. Mitch has 2 water types with his first 2 picks.
That's the first thing I said. I said, you get Volcanion and get superior.
Mario is, like, visibly distraught.
Fuck!
Like, he's really, like, his face is red. Like, this is crazy.
Actual mad. I'm texting him right now.
Oh, God, get him on the horn. Call him in.
I'm gonna tell he's in class right now.
Call him.
He's in class.
See if he is. No. We're going to try to get him on the line.
All right, that's fine. See if we can get Mitch on the horn here so we can yell at him, which is becoming a perennial favorite of these broadcasts.
I love it.
And so let's talk about the positives of a Lomomola for a second, because there are not very many physically defensive water types out there. It's basically Slowbro and a Lomomola, and anything else doesn't have recovery. Even then, you get Wish with a Lomomola.
How do you break through this thing, dude? Like, this is fucking, like, Lomomola, like, we were like, oh, like, fucking Lomomola. Like, we don't need to do shit with this. And then we got rocked with it, and we were like, yo, I'm fucking moving up. Like, this fish is so tanky.
It's so annoying to deal
and
with.
so fucking annoying. I hate every fucking second of it.
Just
nerf stall. We're gonna raise all.
Everyone, please watch out. If Mitch gets Blissey, I'm not gonna be happy.
No, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna be pissed. I told him to fucking take superior. I told him we were building a team. Please stop Volcanion. I'm over.
This is wonderful.
Next, we got Garrison here. What?
Zapdos. I told him to get fucking Zapdos too.
We gotta move on before Mario has a conniption.
Garrison took Latias.
Nice. Good pick.
To complement Mega Venusaur.
That shit's scary.
Yeah, that's some defense right there.
Latias does not care about anything that hurts Venusaur. Latias is possibly the best defogger in the draft format. I would argue up there, if not the best, top 3. fantastic coverage, lots of good sets. I had her last year, last season, and last year. I'm not wrong there, but lots of things. Set up, all sorts of items. I ran Band, I ran Scar, I ran Specs.
Life Orb. Would be an amazing Z user.
Calm Mind setup,
Calm Mindset,
Recover, like all sorts of great stuff. Beambolt.
Yeah.
Solid pick. Love it.
Not bad.
Budget pick too.
Solid pick all around. Well, I mean, you got to stay out of Tier S once you have that Tier S Mon, so Garrison's playing by numbers. He's going S to 1, and with a Pokemon that arguably could be in the S tier, so...
How do you break, I'm just thinking about it, how do you break through this course?
You don't.
People are going to have to deal with it.
For everyone who's still listening and who watches this far, we will be announcing the divisions.
Oh, yeah.
At the start of round 4. So basically we go 3 blind picks, and then we give everyone divisions, and then after that, you're allowed to game plan for anyone in your division after that, pretty much. So these first 3 picks need to be solid, and then the last couple should be stick to your game plan, but kind of look at what your other division mates are doing, try to kind of get an edge up on them.
Exactly, and yeah, that's something I guess we forgot to mention in the thing that we were doing, where
Yes.
beginning of round 4 at the 1 hour and 10-minute mark in our video here, we're announcing this new rule change. Oh well, whatever. Thomas is next.
Most of it in the thing.
Thomas is next here. He is supplementing Clefable with P2.
No, here comes stall. Thomas is pulling out the stall. No, ban Thomas.
That's a pretty good.
People who use stall don't go to heaven.
Can we remove that from Klefki then? Can we brush Klefki of the people who use Klefki don't go to heaven and just change it to people who play stall don't go to heaven?
Maybe.
I like Klefki. I'm a Klefki man. I don't know. That's just
I'm a
me.
P2 man. I think P2 is a phenomenal pick. Grab him when you can. P2 he's just such a good, reliable switch in to almost anything.
Yeah.
You can spec him to be whatever you want with Eviolite, and he could switch into physical attacks, special attacks. P2 don't give a shit. Really.
He's gonna hit back.
Beambolt, Tri-Attack, Trace, Analytic, that other one,
yeah,
the other one.
Yeah, that other download. Fancy. Oh god, great mon, good mon.
Great mon. He's gonna hit back surprisingly hard.
What is P2? Well, I mean, download helps a lot in that, or Analytic in those instances. But what is P2's normal special attack? It's probably over 100, right?
I think it's 90.
I want to
90. It's not bad.
Not terrible.
No, definitely not.
Like I said, he fucking hits for what he does, the jobs that you put him in there for. He hits surprisingly
fucking dumps like a truck. This guy.
Truck, and just Toxic Stall is also stupid and annoying.
105 special attack.
Hey, there we go. That's better than, for a tier 2 mon, that's not going to be special attacking. That's better than Cresslio with its fucking 70 special attack.
Or potentially special attacking. Fucking, like I said, Analytic, and then Analytic Tri-Attack.
Yeah, very true. Scary.
Go Toxic up and just sit there and fucking recover and Tri-Attack. And Beambolt.
Bring a knockoff. Bring somebody with knockoff.
Yeah.
We gotta figure out a way to nerf stuff.
Next up, we've got Mike.
By the way, with fucking table. Perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. We've got here somebody else looking to complete his cores pretty much after Kirim B. Mike going with Gardevoir, normal Gardevoir.
Mike loves Gardevoir. This is such a comfort for him.
Yeah, it's scary.
Such a comfort pick for him.
But Guard has the goods, dude. I mean, it's one of those things where, especially normal Guard, it's got a lot of versatility compared to Mega Guard. It can do. I mean, you can run Scarf sets. You could do things where,
bulky,
yeah.
easy. Like his special defense is pretty good. Her special defense.
Sometimes.
You can't have you can't have male Gardevoirs.
Him Gardevoirs are female, okay? Gardevoir could identify as an Apache helicopter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fluid gender Gardevoir.
Fluid, exactly. They.
There we go. Yes, please. But Guard has, compared to Mega Guard, who is almost straight up a wall breaker, normal Guard has a lot of versatility with it. You gotta think. Guard could be a very good main Z-move user because it gets a lot of things. It can run the Z-Hypnosis that a Xurkitree might run.
So many sets. It's not as good as Xurkitree at Z-Hypnosis. Let's just say that. But, I mean, Guard has a lot of good coverage.
It's really good Trace user.
It has Trace. Trace has fucked people. Everyone forgets about Trace.
Yeah, imagine tracing Beast Boost or something along.
Trace has fucked multiple people all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, people don't play around Trace in this league.
How fast is this boy?
Yeah, it's like Gardevoir, Trace, fucking Swift Swim in the rain. Like, fuck me, dead.
A definite comfort pick for Mike, but one that, again, you're building your cores here. You've got your physical attacker. You've got your special attacker. He just needs
you got your fairy, which is super important.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dipping into... It's not a bad idea to dip into the third tier in the second half of round 2.
No, you do. You got your guy. Go get him.
I agree. Agreed.
Agrid.
So, Hagrid. So next we've got here... Oh, Manny, it's you next, so if you don't mind revealing your pick, I will be happy to reveal it on screen as well.
I have picked someone I've been wanting to pick for so many seasons and just kept getting sniped. And I was talking to Joe and saying, oh, this draft, you got a guy, go get it. Okay? I don't care if anyone thinks it's early. I don't think it's so early, but I got the big boy himself, the Dark Crocodile.
Oh.
We're bringing it home, dude. I complimented.
Football's coming home. It's Crook.
Crocodile and Keldeo pair so well together. Physical, special. But, I mean, grass is a shitty typing. Forget that. I have a little bit of a hold to grass. But other than that, like, Crocodile traps psychic types, Pursuit traps them, Mercs them.
Yeah, fuck them up.
Crocodile can run any set under the sun, bulky sets, rock sets, offensive sets, defensive sets, intimidate, offensive.
Fucking amazing.
I've always wanted to use Crook. Never got a chance to use him. I think I did use him one season. I think it was like season 3 or something like that. But I wanted to use him again now that I feel like I'm a better player, and I'm so excited to have Crocodile on my team. So excited. I'm just pulling the trigger. My theme this season or this draft, like I was telling Joe, is 1 round early. I'm not getting sniped this draft. I'm picking my mons and I'm picking them early.
That is how you should play it. I agree. I agree with that. And we are coming up on here the final pick from round 2 that we have here currently. Only Tristan has the blank spot right now. I doubt he's going to snipe the 2 people in front of him, but we can't reveal the 2 picks that came in after him yet. So here we are. Gage started things off with Mega Scizor, and who is he complimenting it with? It's the big man, the juggernaut, the powerhouse, Salamence.
Whoa.
The big boy. Dude, he drafted his Mega, and then he drafted his Z move. Dragon by Salamence is absolutely terrifying. You know it's coming, but you can't stop it. Salamence is a monster. Physical sets, special sets, defensive sets, defog, crazy coverage with stupid moves like Hydro Pump and Surf. Like, he gets all sorts of crazy shit. Love it.
So yeah, and you end up with you're almost completing your core here. You just need your fairy out of that, your Mega Scizor and your Salamence. That's how you want to start things off. So, looking at the lay of the land here, even though the frame is a little messy, what do you guys think of what we've got so far? Basically, almost the entire first 2 rounds.
Crocodile's got a phallic face.
Yeah, he do.
Good. Thanks, Mom. I like how a lot of the teams I can see for the first time, I can kind of see where they want to go with their team. Every team seems to have direction. And those teams that I didn't know what they were doing in round one, like I said, Thomas and James, their round two picks made me, I get it now. I understand where they're going. Everyone has a definite, like they have a purpose, and we'll see, because the first couple rounds, mons are aplenty. So, like, you can pick and choose, and, if you're smart, you might not get sniped, but, like, as we go through the deeper rounds, I want to see if everyone continues to maintain their sense of purpose and direction and not get lost in the lower tiers, because, like we talked about in the preseason podcast, the lower round picks are not jokes. Lower round picks win championships.
Yeah.
Finding tier 5 nukes is an art form at number one, and then two, like, using them appropriately. Like, you don't have to use tier 5s all the time, but you need to, like, draft ones that do something for your team.
Yeah, they have to be team complementary.
Keep people honest, compliment your team. Things that make people double think themselves when they're team building, even if you don't end up using them. Like, they need to be very good. Yeah. They're really big parts of the
Something that they always need to be considered is the thing. You could always, somebody can look at your team and go, well, they might bring Cryogonal because it's good against whatever, and that's what you want. That's what you want to instill in them.
Exactly. And tier 5, the reason, like the tier 4 and 5, the reason why they do so well all the time, like Girder when I had it, Regice when you had it, is because people look at your tier 4 and 5. People only game plan for your upper tier mods.
Yeah, for your 1 through 3.
And if you could throw a curveball at them by bringing your lower tier mods to kind of throw off the balance and things like that little, like, sometimes you win at team preview.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Like, they put no effort into game planning for something in tier 5 like Girder or something like that, and it's just like, and then all of a sudden he's just in your face and you don't know what to do with him.
So as we draw the draft special to a close here, I believe that, if I get Tristan's pick, I will be happy to finish round 2 here. But basically, we'll be starting from either Tristan or the beginning of round 3. What did we decide, Manny? 10 a.m. tomorrow?
10 a.m. tomorrow. The draft will be the same time as always.
Draft hours of 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. You get
10 a.m.
90 minutes on the clock. Your pick is frozen if you don't get it. We've seen frozen picks before. It's just a fact of the draft. I as much as I like having, and believe me, 16 people is the sweet spot. It's amazing that, Manny, all of us didn't have better teams when there were only 9 people in this league.
I know. We were dumb as fuck back then.
Yeah.
But man, I miss being able to do a draft in an evening, in this amount of time, an entire draft.
I know, but I love how the draft is, like, extended, dude.
It's the slow burn.
Important week of the season, man.
Exactly. It's incredibly important because, I mean, this sets the tone for the rest of the season. You got to make sure that your draft has to be good. You can't have a shitty draft. You can't have an intentionally shitty draft like James did the one time.
In a draft of the snow team.
Hey, pivot.
That'll happen.
So, before we finish things up here, though, are there any thoughts going into the day ahead, the draft ahead, even?
James is going to pick Braylon third.
You think?
Because it'll be...
Oh, it'll be Psychic Dark Fighting, too. Ooh, he might. That's a bold prediction. I'll put that down, yeah.
Like, Braylon would be better in James' hands.
One thing I want to let everyone know, we had all the picks in advance, so I'm doing my best to get all of the point totals and things together. So please take what you see in the document right now as, like, a working thing. Like, two rounds have went by, and you might have 9 points. You do not have 960.
Yep, the league Google Doc.
Point yourself, please.
The league Google Doc is your Bible for the rest of the season, quite frankly. And make sure that if you're viewing it on a mobile device that you refresh Google Docs, because I remember Gage last season was picking things that were gone, and he's like, wait a minute, it didn't update. What the heck? So anytime that we make changes, which will be numerous over the next few days, make sure you try to keep on top of that.
Yes.
Or, you could just have a Pokemon in mind, and then once you let me know, I could be like, oh no, that one's not available. And then we take it from there. But basically, that's pretty much how it's going to go. I'm pretty excited for 10 a.m. tomorrow to get things up and running here.
Finally glad I don't fucking do a season. Nobody drop out!
Oh yeah, because you're first on the list, Mario. Sorry.
Joe, you might have to open the draft tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
I am going to look at a house tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
no,
I'll put my big boy pants on.
You know me.
I don't have your Pokemon shit. I gotta go look at a house.
You know me, Manny. I'm always on top of this shit.
So, but I will be live throughout the day on my phone, to kind of work to the draft. So I will be ready to go all day tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have a beer in my hand at 10:30. It's draft week.
It's gonna be a big day. A big day.
Big day.
Big draft.
Big draft. Long draft.
Long draft.
Too long.
Tomorrow's for Alligator Community Day.
Oh, wow. For those of us out there that play Pokemon Go, which could be pretty numerous. I don't know. I'm not a Pokemon Go min.
Yeah, well, missing out.
Yeah, I am. You're right. So I didn't yet make an outro song for this year because I forgot. So I'm just going to play the one from Monotype Madness. That was the intro song because I like that one a lot. So it doesn't really match the imagery that we have here, but I think that as we close most of the first two rounds of the draft here, as Manny said numerous times, this is the most important weak point. This is the most important part of any season. So get out there, make sure that you have a good time drafting out there as well. For this broadcast, I am Joe.
I'm Mario.
Manny.
Everybody out there, enjoy your picks and have fun.
Have fun.
Peace.